Kenyans and Bongo music have a complicated relationship. On one hand, Bongo flavor dominates streaming platforms and airplay in Kenya. On the other hand, you'll find countless Kenyans online disassociating themselves from the genre, calling it too Swahili, too coastal, or just not their vibe. But if the numbers don't lie, why the disconnect? Today, we're diving deep into the question, why do Kenyans pretend to hate Bongo music even as they stream it more than ever? Is it cultural pride, urban versus rural divides, or something deeper? Hey East Africa fam, welcome back to the channel. We bring you the hottest topics in East African entertainment, celebrity news, and buzzing trends. Why do Kenyans pretend to hate Bongo music? Because while you'll find many Kenyans online disassociating themselves from Bongo music, the streaming numbers tell a completely different story. So, what's really going on? Let's break it down. First, the numbers. Let's talk facts. According to streaming data, Bongo music is killing it in Kenya. Artists like Diamond, Harmonize, Zuchu consistently top the charts on platforms like YouTube and Spotify. In fact, Diamond Platnumz gets more streams from Kenya than from his home country, Tanzania. And guess what? Most of these streams are coming from Nairobi, the heart of Kenya's urban culture. So, if Bongo music is supposedly too coastal or too rural, why is it dominating in the city? The truth is, Kenyans are consuming Bongo music more than ever, even if they don't always admit it. And it's not just Bongo music. Kenyans are also huge fans of other foreign genres like Afrobeats, Amapiano, and Trap Hip Hop. Kenyan musicians like Bien, Nyashinski, Till Brown, Bensol, and some more are doing amazing things, but even they cannot match the streaming numbers of Tanzanian superstar Diamond Platnumz. So, what's the deal? Why are Kenyans streaming Bongo music in private but dismissing it in public? Well, and that brings us to our next point. Let's talk about the perception. Bongo flavor with its smooth Swahili lyrics and theme of love, heartbreak, and life struggles is a genre that's loved across East Africa. But in Kenya, some people claim it's too Swahili heavy, or that it only appeals to coastal or rural audiences. Now, where does this idea come from? Well, in urban areas like Nairobi, there's a stereotype that Swahili is less sophisticated compared to English or even Sheng, the popular Swahili-English slang mix. For many city dwellers, Sheng is seen as the language of the streets, the language of the youth. So, when Bongo music comes in with its poetic Swahili, some people feel it does not fit the urban vibe. And let's not forget the rise of Kenyan genres like Gengetone and urban tone, which is all about street culture, youthful energy, and bold, explicit lyrics. They are raw, edgy, and speaks directly to the experiences of Kenya's younger, city-dwelling crowd. Compared to that, Bongo music's romantic and emotional themes can seem too soft or too traditional for some. But here's the thing, just because people say they don't like Bongo music does not mean they're not listening to it. That brings us to the emotional side of things. One of the best reasons Bongo music is so popular is its emotional depth. Tanzanian artists are masters of storytelling. They sing about love, heartbreak, and resilience in a way that connects with people on a personal level. In a society where music often serves as an emotional outlet, Bongo flavor provides a therapeutic experience that few genres can match. It's the kind of music you listen to when you're heartbroken, when you're in love, or when you just need to feel something. On the other hand, many Kenyan genres like Gengetone and urban tone focus more on entertainment, humor, and bragging. Don't get me wrong, they are fun and it's great for parties, but it does not always have the same emotional pull as Bongo music. And that's why even if people say they don't like Bongo, they often find themselves coming back to it when they need that emotional connection. And let's not forget the global appeal of Bongo music. Despite claims that it's too regional, artists like Diamond, and rayvanny have taken their music to the world stage, collaborating with international stars like Alicia Keys, Rick Ross, Jason Derulo, and amassed millions of streams worldwide. In contrast, Kenyan artists have struggled to achieve the same level of global recognition. Apart from the likes of Sauti Sol, Kenyan artists have made strides, but they haven't quite matched the international success of their Tanzanian counterparts. And that's partly because Tanzanian artists have mastered the art of blending universal themes with their Swahili identity, like for example, the Amapiano. Now, let's talk about the cultural and historical dynamics at play. Kenya and Tanzania share a deep bond, but there's always been a bit of rivalry, especially in the arts and sport. Some Kenyans view the popularity of Tanzanian music as a threat to local artists, leading to a defensive rejection of the genre. While Swahili is Kenya's national language, its usage varies across regions. Coastal and rural areas tend to embrace Swahili more fully, while urban areas prioritize English and Sheng. This linguistic divide fuels the perception that Bongo music is foreign or unsophisticated. But here's the thing, music is meant to bring people together, not divide them. And that's why some Kenyan artists are bridging the gap, incorporating Bongo elements into their music. Artists like Bien, Bensoul, Shinsky are creating emotional resonant music that appeals to fans of both Bongo and Kenya genres. Their success shows that there's room for cross-cultural collaborations and appreciation. So, what's the takeaway here? The Kenyan disdain for Bongo music is more about perception than reality. The genre's massive streaming numbers, emotional resonance, and cross-border appeal prove its undeniable influence. What appears to be hate is often a reflection of cultural insecurities, urban-rural divides, and the pressure to prioritize local content. But at the end of the day, music is about connection. It's about the emotions it stirs, the memories it creates, and the way it brings people together. And Bongo music does that in a way that few genres can. So the next time you hear someone say they don't like Bongo music, just smile and know that they're probably streaming it in private. Because when it comes to music, the heart wants what it wants. Thanks for watching East Africa Buzz. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more deep dives into East African entertainment.